Hey guys, today we're going to be doing a comparison between the three most popular air purifiers. Over here on my right, the smallest one, we have the Aroeve. In the center, we have the Levoit Mini. And then over here, the biggest one, this is the Levoit Core 300P. All of these have unique features that they kind of offer, and we're going to be going over what they do and what they don't have. And then we're even going to be testing the wind speeds with this tool. So anyways, let's go ahead and start with the Aroeve over there. So this one has no detachable plug, which isn't a big deal. And I think you guys will see why I'm mentioning that right now in just a little. On the top here, we have all of the controls. None of these have a remote, but right here, this is our power button. So it was actually on its slowest mode right there. So if we press it again, we're gonna go to mode 1, then mode 2, which is the fastest speed. And while we're here, let's go ahead and see what the average wind speed is. We're gonna hold this right over. We're gonna let this spin up. So it looks like we're averaging right around 4.2 miles per hour. So that's actually pretty good. Now let's go ahead and look at all the other settings. This thing does have a pretty loud beep, just so you guys know. And even when you guys have it on the night setting, it still beeps. So above the fan speeds, we have a change filter indicator. And then above that, we have the light control. So if you guys press it once, you guys will have like a purple light down here. It's kind of hard to see during the day. Then if you guys press it again, all the lights will turn on. And we have a blue one up here, purple down here. And lastly, they can all go off. You guys could basically choose which light you want, or if you guys don't want any light. So I think that's really nice. Then we have a pretty nice timer here. We have a 6-hour, 12-hour, and 24-hour timer on the top, and that is definitely the longest timer out of all three of these. Then we have the essential oil pod right here. So you guys could do some oil right there, and it'll kind of help make the air smell really good. And finally, let's take a look at that filter. It's been running for about a month and a half straight, and it's a little dusty. So it's definitely pulling some air in and cleaning it up for us. Now, let's go ahead and move over to the Levoit Core Mini. So over here on the bottom, let's go ahead and look at the filter. These are very similar in size. And here we go. And this one has maybe just a little bit more dust than the Aroeve. And they've been running for about the exact same time. So that could just be because of the room, but I think it's doing maybe a slightly better job at pulling in more air. Over here on the top, we have a pretty simple setup. So we have just one button. If you guys press it, it goes to fan speed 1, and then fan speed 2, which is still hard to hear. And then the final one, fan speed 3. And I could really feel the air moving down here. I could feel it trying to pull the air in. Now let's go ahead and do the speed test, see if we could beat, I think we're averaging 4.2 miles per hour over there. Keep in mind, this one doesn't seem near as loud as that one's. Looks like over here, we're closer to like 2.8 to 3 miles per hour. So still pretty good, but not quite as fast as the Aroeve. Up here on the top, we do have a change filter indicator as well. Then we even have the essential oil pod right here. So you guys could put your oil there, and it does a really good job at getting that good scent all around your house. That's why I like these things so much. And then lastly, we have a removable power cord. So if you guys have dogs, that's gonna be really helpful. All right, now let's move over to the biggest one, the Levoit Core 300P. So this one does not have a removable plug, but it does have a bunch of settings on the top here. So in the very middle, we have the power button, and then we have the fan speed selector. So this is the selector, it's a fan icon, and at the lowest setting, it's very difficult to hear, but at the highest setting, it does get pretty loud. And let's go ahead and see what the power's like. So we are already up to about 6.5 to 6.7 miles per hour. We'll make sure that there's not a faster spot, because sometimes some of these buttons restrict the airflow in certain spots. We actually got up to 7 miles per hour there. So that is way faster. It's almost twice as powerful as the Levoit Core Mini and about a third faster than the Aroeve. So let's go and turn that down so you guys can hear me. So we have a night mode, and that should make everything quiet, turns the lights off. We have a timer here, so we have a 2, 4, 6, and 8-hour timer. So not quite as long as a Aroeve, but still really nice to have. Then we have this button over here. This turns off all the lights, kind of like the sleep mode, but the sleep mode really lowers the speed of the fan as well. Then we have a change filter indicator right there, and then a lock, just in case you guys have kids that like to mess around with stuff like this. You guys can lock it and it makes it harder for them to adjust the settings. There's no way to actually use the essential oils with this thing, so just keep that in mind. And here is our filter. So this has been running for the same exact time, and we have a decent amount of dust on here. So it really goes to show that this thing works and actually cleans up the air in your house, especially when you guys have pets like myself. So if you guys are looking for a big, powerful air purifier, the Levoit Core 300P is great for that. But if you guys are looking for something just super simple, just something to throw in a guest bedroom, then this is really nice for that as well. But if you guys are looking for something this size and with all of those settings, then the Aroeve is probably gonna be the best one for that. So anyways, that is my comparison between these 3 air purifiers.